Hello, this second video will give you your feedback on the source-based questions, which were about the two extracts of Assyrian conquests, the first being of Jerusalem, the second being of Babylon, and the description of the Persian conquest of Babylon. And the questions were, how did the two approaches differ, and why might we suspect that they differed? The first question was fairly straightforward. The Persians clearly a lot more tolerant and peaceable than the Assyrians in their approach to conquered cities. We see when, in the first extract, the Assyrian king conquers Jerusalem, he dehumanizes the Jews. He talks about them in the same way as he talks about the animals that he's taken away. He takes them away as captives and lists human captives alongside animal captives. He compares the Jewish king to a bird caught in a cage. In the second extract, where the Assyrians conquer Babylon, we see the extreme contempt they show for the Babylonians' religious practices. They break the statues of the Babylonian gods over the heads of their priests, killing the priests with their own gods' statues, showing contempt for their religion, showing revenge because the king's grandfather had been killed in a similar way by the Babylonians, and also exposing the fact that the, quote, protective deities, the gods that are meant to protect Babylon, are no use. The priests are killed by their own gods that have failed to protect them. Cyrus, by contrast, when he conquers Babylon, shows that the Persians tolerate the local religions. They tolerate the Babylonian religion. There's a reference to Marduk, the chief god of the Babylonians, having shown his favor towards Cyrus because Cyrus has respected his worship. In the final paragraph, the Persians also restore the worship of the sanctuaries, meaning the temples of other gods, of peoples that the Babylonians have conquered in Susa and Ashur, which is Assyria itself. Cyrus goes around restoring the worship of their own gods. So Cyrus will be greeted as a liberator. This brings me to the second question, which is how we might account for these different approaches. Well, clearly, Cyrus believes that respecting the religion and the ways of life of the conquered peoples and treating them kindly will get loyalty from them, whereas the Assyrian approach is about inspiring fear, inspiring terror. The Assyrians tended to try to break the cultural identity of conquered peoples by taking them away. This is why we see people being taken away from Jerusalem, by taking, in particular, the elites of the conquered peoples away, the priestly class, the ruling class. It would break any sense of cultural and political identity of conquered peoples. The most famous case is the Jews in the Old Testament. The Assyrians and Babylonians conquer the Jewish people. The Babylonians send the Jews into exile in Babylon, where Cyrus restores the Jewish people, brings them back to their homeland, and even pays for them to rebuild their temple.